Hey, just want to start off the morning like this, man. Be prosperous, be unique, and be yourself, okay? Well, that being said, man, what's going on YouTube? It's the man of the hour. It's your boy Big D. Welcome back to my channel. So, if you can see the algorithm, today's topic, man, it's a very important one, right? When we talk about unity, when we talk about raza, when we talk about the Latino and the Chicano community coming together, us brown skinned people, this is also where it starts, man. Um, I got a couple good friends that I associate with, and I had a good friend last night, or should I say yesterday, that brought something to my attention that kind of slipped my mind. And I'm gonna be transparent. I'm gonna be honest. I was aware of it somewhat. Um, I think I seen this this discussion talked on American Cholo, this subject, this petition that's been signed out. If you guys could see my algorithm, talking about the farm workers kicking off a 24-hour day, 24-hour days, 335 miles, sacrificial march, urging Governor Newsom to sign farm workers voting bill rights, right? And like I said, I want to give much respect to the homie Rudy, you know, um, good friend of mine that I fellowship with on Instagram, and he brought it to my attention. And as you can see, man, many people, are discussing a lot of topics, a lot of other discussions that's been happening in the social media world when it comes to black and brown and, the rise of the Chicano Latino community. Well, me personally, I think this is very important, because, you know, everything behind social media and everything we do behind the walls, in our homes, in our studios, these people are doing the real talking for the Latino community, man. These people are taking a stand, willing to march 24 days, 335 miles, from my understanding, from Tulane or Delano, you know, all the way, you know, to going to Sacramento, straight to the governor's house, man. And I like I said, I was gonna talk about this. Actually, I was gonna do a YouTube video, but I got to do all the recording, and then I got to go back home and do the editing and everything else. And I say, you know what? Because my phone, ain't an Obama phone. It's just regular phone, man. And sometimes where I'm at, I get all these. The signals are not really strong. But I'm hoping right now, hey, if the signal's strong, just give me a thumbs up so you guys can see me clearly. Then I'll keep moving forward, And like I said, good morning, Sucker Free. How's it going? P Nava, how's it going? How you doing, friend? I appreciate your subscription and your support. You know, I take that very into the heart, right? But let's get to this topic, man. So it says in Delano, California, with the fight to preserve voting rights against voter suppression underway right now as we speak. They're marching. And this is going out to all my, raza and gente that are up north or central, central California, man. If you guys are close to Delano, if you guys are close, to towards that area, towards Tulane, Tular, or wherever they're marching from, I say that you guys go out there and support, man. I think honestly, like I said, I heard about this. I think from American Cholo. I think he put a petition out. It was on his website, and then that's when I caught a little glimpse of it. But then again, I really didn't know to it what it was until my homeboy Rudy came on from Instagram and said, "Hey, did you check this out?" And that's why I knew, oh man, this is a topic right here, right? This is very important, man. Not only, like I said, do we do, all the voicing behind the walls, and and on the internet and the social media, but we got to make sure that we support out there too. Making sure we give homage and we pay our respects for them because it is important. So to me, so like I said, California farm workers are staging a sacrificial 24-hour day. That's what they're doing. 335 miles. I mean, that's what we're marching at, right? We could be like our African American brothers and sisters who are marching and declaring their freedom and their rights. I think it's only right that we do that just as well. And we gather together and we do what we need to do. We come together and march for our rights just as well. from Delano to Sacramento during the heat of summer to convince Governor Gavin Newsom, your guys' governor. I didn't vote for him, but hey, that's neither here, neither there, right? It's just whoever's in charge, man, to sign their bill giving farm workers protection from intimidation in elections to choose a union, right? Today, they must nearly always vote on grower property, admits uh, voter suppression through abuse and intimidation by foreman, supervisor, and labor contracts. It's crazy, man, because my first experience, up north, I never been up north until like I was a teacher. And, after I hit Bakersfield, we had some friends that were in Fresno. And then from there, I went to the city of Sanger. And then I went to certain cities that were up there. And I got a whole different aspect on what farming was all about, how they say, you hear it all the time, the farteros, they go out there, that's how they work, they do their job. And I see it, they work seasonal, man. And pretty much they work through all the weather, right? They work in the heat, man. You see, whoever says that Latinos and Chicanos don't work, that's a lot of BS, man, because, that's very hard, when it comes to plantation and with farming and growth and everything else that they do, man, who else is going to do that? These are the people that are in the forefronts that are picking up all, when it comes to grapes, all the fruits, man, all the vegetations that are out there, the lettuce and this and that, I could say it. And the way they conduct themselves professionally. They go out there, they work hard, they work 10 hours, 12 hours, throughout the day in the heat, in the cold, and they come back and, they have no voter rights, they have no union rights, they have they could get let go the way they're treated, because most likely some of them are not citizens of the states, and they're trying to change the narrative. And that's what it needs to be acknowledged, man. And that's these people need to be acknowledged, and it's only right that we go, or we sign the petition, or we get people from the, up north. If you can make it there, what they're doing today, man, and support these people, or bring acknowledgement on our platforms and social media and put it out there. And that's what I'm trying to do. As we're speaking right now, they're already almost an hour into it, and we can't see the coverage. We can't, maybe you could go online or something else, but to actually be there and something's doing something about it, I mean, that's a big plus, man, in our Chicano Latino community, because it's only right that they go up and they stand for themselves, right? Why we support, and they make a voice, and they make a try to break barriers and bring awareness to the governor, because we got to get these politicians to really, to understand, what we're feeling, and we need those rights. These are our ancestors. These are our own people. These are our, people that represent us when we go to the markets, right? When you eat your bananas, your grapes, your strawberries, your cherries, and so forth. These are the people that are picking up hardworking people, hardworking people. And we need to bring awareness. So I expect all you people that are out there later on who see this and so forth, man, make sure you guys share this. And it's not about me, it's about them. And saying that this is how we get to participate, by bringing awareness and bringing that knowledge, and making forth and say, hey, you know what, man, Big D's over there, he's spreading the word, he's out there conducting, on his channel, that, hey, that there's people that are marching right now, at least 500 people, that's what they're saying. So, like I will continue what it says in these little articles that I picked up. It also says that the march of the governor's signature will be led by the standard of Our Lady of Guadalupe, because us Latinos, Chicanos, Mexicanos, we're very spiritual people, and we do believe on what we stand for. The Youth California and Black Eagle United Farm Workers, right, flag 25 full-time marchers will join 500 workers and support 8 a.m. on Wednesday, August 3rd. What's today's date, people? Today's August 3rd, and we're already at almost 9 o'clock. So they're already in business. They're taking care of business right now. They're already marching, to kick off the trek at the Farm Workers Historic 40 Acres Complex in Delano, where the union began 60 years ago in September 1962. It ends at the state capitol in August 26th. See, so there's ways that we could support. This is going on. I mean, they're marching to the Capitol, Sacramento, right? Walking, who knows how many hours. Obviously they're marching. It's going to take 26. I mean, from here to the 26th, that's almost 30 days, right? That's 20 plus days. How many days are they walking? How many hours are they walking? You know what I mean? Who's feeding them? You know, who's housing them? Who's taking care of them? Who's giving them water, you know, to making sure that they're hydrated in this heavy heat? I mean, that's crazy how they're taking, you know, this time, especially seasonal. You know, it's pretty hot out there right now. You know, I don't know where you guys are living at. Where I'm at, it's hot. It's summertime over here in California. And they're taking that narrative to go out there and to represent not only themselves, but anybody else that comes behind them. So there could be changes in their in their workplace. You know, it's only right. You know, they shouldn't be out there feeling suppressed or feeling worried while they're picking, you know, I mean, strawberries and grapes and, you know, doing everything out, cleaning them and everything else. You know, they shouldn't feel like, hey, you know, I don't know if it's a white or African American or even a Chicano, you know, sometimes oppressing these people, threatening these people, you know, with their work and their labor as they come because they can't speak English or because they don't have, they're not from the States, they don't have their papers legally. You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. What matters is this march and everybody getting together and supporting these people. Like I said, now I'm pretty sure I seen this on American Cholo. I seen the petition that was out there, but I was really aware of what was going on. So I myself, like I said, you know, that I would check myself, and I was brought up to my attention, and that I would put this out there for the people that are out there, you know, so we could bring more awareness, right? And I ain't gonna say what's ever been happening on the streets. It's all garbage and everything else because you know what's happening on the social media with, you know, American Cholo, you know, about, you know, I mean, the black and brown unity and so forth, and with the Tiger situation, you know, bringing and disrespecting, you know, this is what Tiger should be putting out there right now, to be honest with you. But I'll give credit where credit's due because Tiger did take out his video, and so far, you know, he hasn't come back because it's all this other bull crap that Adam 22 did, trying to schmut the homie American Cholo, so forth, right? But hey, homeboy AC, he rolled up with the homies, whether it was 100 deep or 2 deep. You know what I'm saying? That's supporting, okay? That is really supporting, taking the narrative, pushing it, and letting this guy know that, hey, you can't come down in the brown community and try to make a representation or make money off of us. That ain't gonna happen. But then again, moving forward, people, like I said, this is very important too. This is the stuff that needs to be acknowledged. This is the stuff that needs to be taken aware of. This is the stuff that we need to be supporting. If American Troll put up and there's a petition that's on there, I challenge you guys to go on there, check on the website. It'll probably only take like 5 or few minutes of your time, and make sure you sign the petition because that's what I'm gonna do. You know, I was looking up for the petition right now to see where I could go and sign in some way. This is the way we do it, people. You get online, you get on your phone, you look at the website, and you try to go on there and you try to support any way you can. You know, like I said, you know, as of 8 o'clock this morning, they're marching right now, man. You know, you know where 40 acres, you know, right there in the city of Delano, and it started from right there. And that's what's crazy about this situation, man. And I'm gonna read a little bit more, you know, because I'm trying to educate myself and making sure that I'm saying the properly things that need to be said, right? Now, like I said, this is from another article right here. Right, the 24-hour day, 335-mile walk, man. That is crazy, you know. Going down to the governor mansion, so going down to it's the march of the governor's signature. That's what they're doing, you know. They're marching out there, and they're gonna make their presence, and they're gonna hope, and let's pray that they get what they need to take care and solidify and secure their benefits, and to make sure that these people who are working hard can support their family and do their work as they're supposed to with peace. Right? Everything has to be conducted with peace. When we go to work, man, that's what we're saying. We have to bring that positive and that positive narrative and that positive attitude, you know, for reasons like this. I mean, you got to help the next person out, no matter what they're going through, their situations or whatever else, man. We got to fight for the next person, whether they're brown, black, white, etc. You guys know the story already, but let's keep continuing. So they're trying to go and get Gavin Newsom to sign an Assembly Bill 2183, or the Labor Relations Voting Choice Act. The bill would modernize the 1975 Agricultural Labor Relations Act by allowing California farm workers to vote on whether to unionize, right, in secret, whenever or wherever they feel safe. You know, it's very important, man, these people that could come together and that they could be safe and put in petitions on what's right and what's wrong. We shouldn't feel like, hey, we can't say nothing. A closed mouth don't get fed, right? Unless we're voicing our opinions, and then that's how we understand, and people will get hurt, right? So let's continue. Under existing law, farm workers cast their confidential vote for or against ununionization of polling place designated for the Agriculture Labor Relations Board of Office, right? What's up, homie? Little Ray Ray, what's up, big dog? You know, and these locations are typically on the growers or company's property where supervisors and anti-union consultants may pressure farm workers to vote as the growers want. And we're not talking about that other growing stuff, I don't know how that bill got into the Senate and into the governor's office so we could sell marijuana legally. So if that is in the governing petition and that's legally in some sense by the state, we could sell that and grow that, then this should be also important, and we should vote for this so we can have our people being secured and taken care of on the fields, period. Many agriculture employees have filed unfair labor practices charges to the ALRB for threats, firings, and other actions that have increased fear and made organization and union challenging and dangerous place for them. See, I'm telling you, people, there's reasons why people do certain things, So let's continue. However, efforts to give farm workers the right to vote in union elections without intimidations have been turned down. See, that's what I'm talking about. In June 2021, the U.S. Supreme Court decided in Cedar Point Nursery v. Hasid, the labor organizations cannot access any agriculture employer's property to seek support for unionization, right? In September 2021, Newsom voted Assembly Bill 616. Okay, so Governor Newsom, not really a big fan. But if he put this bill out there and to see if it's going to get some push, I think that we should jump on that. Not everything and highlight like people say about Trump, right? I didn't agree with everything Trump did either. But there were some good things that he did. I don't agree with everything what Governor Newsom's doing. But if he puts out stuff that makes sense, why not push it? Especially when it's concerning our people, right? People, and it's not just our people, because I know, like I said, it's whether you're white or black, they're out there in the fields too. But my majority, if you look at the history, and especially when you're from California or from the West Coast, these are a lot hard-working women and men that are out there day and day, hour after hour, minute by minute, second by second, contributing to the produce, vegetation and everything else that grows out there, working hard, man. So that's what's crazy. In September, a proposal that would make it easier for California farm workers to vote in union elections by allowing them to fill out ballots on their own time. That's right. That's what we want, right? We don't need nobody monetizing us and checking us how to, what we should do, and have some kind of fear and everything else that comes behind it. We should be there should be no suppression or oppression, that, making sure there should be no fear factor that people are scared to go sign a petition on their rights and what they believe. No way, man. That shouldn't be happening. The workers believe they should have the same option that Californians who vote in general elections have to receive and fill out the ballots at home and drop them off and send them in the email, right? Straight up. Community members for each town will support the marchers by providing a morning blessing. Let's bless them. Lord, bless these people as they march. Take care of their physically, their fatigue. Make sure that they get hydrated, that somebody's providing food for them in Jesus' name, right? When they depart, supplying food and water by organization residents to join. See, I said a prayer and it's already been answered. It was that quick. I didn't even read that part yet. So they got people supporting it. It's already designated. It's already designed. It's already in motion. Like I said, right now as we talk and we speak, they're marching, for the next generation. The people of brown and black and white and every other color that's with this. It's about the rights. That if you're out there laboring, like I told you guys, hard, sweating, many hours, providing our markets with produce and fruits and vegetables that generate in our body in a healthy way. You know, I mean, why wouldn't we want to support these people, man? Right? So let's finish it with this. Community members from each town will support the marchers by providing morning blessing, like I told you, the part supplying food and water for organizations. So every town that they go to, they will be provided with food and water. That's a blessing. The march will end on August 26th. That would be pretty interesting if I could put that on my schedule and see if I could find these people on the road and where they're at. There's a map that's on here, a little glimpse. I'm going to see if I can find it and show you guys where it's going, how it's starting, and where it's going to end at. Because you got to always remember, man, there's always a beginning, a middle, and an end. Straight up. That's just life, man. So that march will end August 26th, which the governor proclaimed as California Farm Workers Day last October. Right? So that's pretty crazy, man. And that's just pretty much, like I said, I wanted to make it simple this morning. I wanted to give a heads up. I had P Nava. I told her last night we were on there on Crusted on this show last night, and we were just chopping it up, man. And I was telling them that, hey, I wanted to bring this to awareness and what's happening, what's taking place. Because it's only right for, this is a way we could support our people as well. We could be a voice in our social media, right? So I'm living up to my word, right? P Nava, I'm telling, when I don't talk about it, I be about it, And honestly, I wish I could be out there with these people covering it and going out there and supporting them and walking with them side to side. These are the people that I want to march with, man. And I pray that this march that they're walking, that it's peaceful. I pray that it's not going to get all lead up to violence and everything else, and the way these other, I ain't going to say it in a disrespectful way, but for all these other marchers that have been going out there, the rioting, the looting, burning down buildings. I just pray that in reality, that it could be done in a peaceful and an acknowledgement way. That's what we want. We want to be acknowledged. These people need to be acknowledged, straight up. But that's where I'm coming from, and that's what I'm supporting. So I want to go on here, like I said, after I chop it up with you guys, I want to take some time, go on this website, and make sure that I'm supporting it, and whatever petition I can. It seems like it's real easy. We got social media, we got our phones. I'm right here in front of my computer at work. So I'm going to take the time. That's what it's all about, taking the time, to go and sign I think American Cholo had the petition out. I don't know if it was on his Instagram. I don't know if it was on his page, on his channel, or so forth. But, one way or another, like I said, let's get out there, man. Let's take a little bit of time and let's support these people, man, right? I mean, it's only right, man. But other than that, P Nava, who else was on here? Little Ray, homie. Sucker Free, if you guys are still on here, I appreciate you guys, man. What's going on? Where you guys at? What's up? I got a few minutes, I'm the man of the hour, I don't take no more than 60 minutes. And if I go over, that means we're having a good time, man, straight up. That's what it is. I got to find a way out, like how to put this out on, it's only to my subscribers and everything else, but, I got to I don't know how to put this where it says right there is to the community, but then it says right there that we need to, I don't know. It's like I said, I got to mess with this stuff. I'm new to YouTube, I'm trying, I'm trying to mess with this. I ain't really, computer or phone savvy, man. I keep it simple. I'm from the 80s, man. I'm an 80s baby, born in the 70s, 80s, and then half my time I was on the streets in the 90s, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, I know everything when it comes to a business, I know enough buttons to press, when it's necessary. No excuses. P Nava, straight up, man. Hey, last night was pretty crazy, man. I hope you really got spiritually fed, man. Seriously. I hope last night was a good, another way of showing, that we could get together. It's not about black and brown. That was more personal and spiritual last night, man. And for the other gentleman, I forgot what his name was, for him to come out there and say, hey, man, what we're doing or what we're discussing, coming from him. And I think I seen his show, man. He's a pretty solid, has a crazy story to his life. And to say that, hey, what we're discussing, man, he was interested and he felt good. And anything with God, I want to say is a blessing, man. Anything that has to do with spirituality, and so forth is a blessing. And You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, okay, guys. You know, I really don't really associate with people who say, "Hey, I just go with the flow." You know what I mean? I just go with the flow because those kind of people, man. Let's just say we're on the boat, right? And we're going with the flow. And then the captain supposedly somehow, some way, you know what I mean, whether it gets lost, gets killed, whatever, gets raptured by Jesus Christ. And now, you know what I mean, we were riding with him the whole time. And now that he's gone, there's a rock in front of us. And now we're headed for disaster. So that's what I'm trying to say. When you go with the flow, man, anything can happen. A lot of things bad can happen. So I don't go with the flow. I go with design. I go with direction. But that's just me. Because I went many times on the streets for like 12 years, 13 years of gangbanging, man. I was just going with the flow. And I saw nothing but headless people with no direction. And that's just me. Or maybe I'll drop a video and a content about that. I don't go just with the flow. I go with the Spirit of God and I go what I know. That's what I do. I only trust me and I trust myself. I know the bad things that I could do and I know the good things I could do, straight up. Don't go with the flow. Let God steer and take the wheel. There you go. P Nava, you on it, huh? You on it today, girl. I know this morning you probably reading your Bible like a champ, praying. And let me tell you, like I seen your video the other day, God has answered your prayers, right? And it's not even something that we were talking about that I even knew. I seen how, you go out there and you were just saying, Lord, help me. And he answered your call. And now little by little that we know each other, God is good, right? So blessing to these people, man. In the name of Jesus, Father, protect these people, give them the strength, give them the will, give them the desire, give them the passion. Since the governor put it out there, a bill out there, let's act on it and let's support it, right? That's what we want, not because they're brown people, it's because they are people, period. Why? Because they're God's people. That's where that's the difference between me understanding, about people and other people. I really don't like to say it's for my people, this is for my people. These are not my people, man. These are God's people. And that's what I'm saying, whether you're black, brown, white, nothing like that. That's nothing but that's not even the positive narrative right there. These are God's people. So I run with anybody, anybody that's bringing positivity, speaking life into my spirituality, and doing the things that I could say, because talk is cheap, man. I think I'll do another topic about that. Another YouTube, but I'll go on my camera and all that, and I'll get a little bit more personal. But talk is cheap, right? Everybody wants action, and these people right here, man, they're all about action. I'll show you some pictures, right? Hold on. Look at that. Bam. Hard workers right there, right? There's people hardworking, doing their thing. And this is a little research, man, Check it out. California farm workers are marching 335 miles for union voting rights. That's important, man. Acknowledge this, people. Make sure today, right? Farm workers kick off a 24-day, 300-mile sacrificial march urging Newsom to sign farm worker voting rights bill, So I'm trying to tell you, man. So I start my morning, I be prosperous, I be unique, and I be myself, man. Just straight up. That's just who I am, And like I told P Nava yesterday, Krusty, that I would come out with it. P Nava sent me a message this morning. She was just a reminder. And she's being a friend, being a fellow, a fellow Chicana, Latina, and making sure that iron sharpens iron. She reminded me, because I almost forgot. I ain't gonna lie. It's not that I didn't really forget. I knew that I was going to do it. I just didn't know how. But it was kind of, when you come to work, you're trying to take care of business first. But this is important too. So, hey, I know how to delegate. Make sure you guys delegate your priorities and your responsibilities, man, straight up. And I appreciate Rudy for coming out, and reminding me too, another good homie. He reminded me yesterday, hey, you guys, he sent me a clip. And I was like, oh, man, we got to talk about this, man. It's not because I'm trying to be better than the next person or coming out first than the next person. No, it's all about we all need to do this. All of us, man. All of us, So, I'll also say this, man. And this is going off another subject, man. I want to send my condolence to Vinny Scully, man. I got introduced to him, real quick with my grandfather. My grandfather used to take me to Dodger Stadium when I was a young child, and my father was, straight up, Mexican, man, and his parents were from Aguascalientes in Mexico. But the reason why I mentioned that, when Vince Scully passed yesterday, rest in peace to Vince Scully, pay for my condolences to his family and everything else. But it was crazy because the reason why, you know, it was important to me too when I heard about Vince Scully, not because not only was he an announcer for Dodger Stadium way back when, before the Dodgers even came to LA, but like I said, my grandparents were Mexican, and I remember them taking me, and he was all Dodger fanned out because of Fernando Valenzuela. That's the time, the 80s was the time of Fernando Valenzuela. And my dad, he loved baseball, to go see him. And I remember my grandfather taking me to the baseball games, because of him. And that's what I really appreciate. For one, let's just, like I said, respect to the Scully family, uh, um, appreciate that, man, Vince Scully, man, for supporting, the Chicano, Latino, Mexicano community, man. He had a good relationship with Fernando Valenzuela, man. So, to all you Dodger fans that will see this, let's send our condolence, do what you got to do, go to Dodger Stadium, go to Whittier Boulevard, I'll probably do another video on Vince Scully and so forth, man. But with that being said, I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. It's still early. Make sure you guys love everybody else, respect everybody else. Make sure you guys put God in your life. Make sure you teach the young ones, man. If somebody's going through something, man, acknowledge them, pray for them, love them, hug them, and overwhelm them with love, man. That's what we need, and support. We got to remember that's the word of today, right? On August 3rd, support one another. Let's support one another. You support me, I support you, and that's the way we'll do it, right? So with that being said, man, let's just keep putting the narrative out there. Let's put the positivity. Let's put out the awareness, man. If you guys come on Pinava, I advise you, man, if you have some time, go out there and talk about this topic too. And that's what we need, okay? So with that being said, I'm a man of the hour. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it. And just knowing that, hey, we're sharing positive things over here, all right? All right, guys. So with respect and with love, peace, man. That's what we need. Bam.